Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name's Heather. I'm a physiotherapist and yoga instructor, and because I work in the realm of movement, I hear people talk a lot about the way they move and their limitations in movement. And one thing that comes up a lot around yoga is that people don't feel like they're flexible enough to even start, which is really unfortunate because the practice of yoga has so many benefits to your body, your mind, your nervous system, your entire being, really. So I thought I would chat today about some reasons why you don't need to be flexible at all to practice yoga. So the first one is that yoga is meant to allow you to get to know your body. As you move through a yoga practice, not just one time, but multiple times, you get to know which parts of your body are stiff, which parts of your body move well, what feels good to do, what doesn't feel good to do. And that knowledge over time allows you to work on the things that need to be worked on. Maybe you're not flexible in one way. Maybe you can't touch your toes, but maybe you can twist really well, or maybe it's easy for you to bend to the side, and you'd never know that unless you were putting your body through those movements on a regular basis. The second reason is that yoga might actually be better for you if you're not flexible. So I know, because of social media, mostly, images that we see of people doing yoga are usually pretty fancy, usually, I don't know, in a jungle somewhere, maybe in a windowsill that looks really cool, but mostly quite folded up and quite pretzel-like. And it's glamorous, it gets lots of likes. That is not the meat and potatoes and the essence of yoga. That is not what it's meant for. Those are great goals if that is a goal for you. But okay, if you are very tight and stiff in your muscles and you begin a regular yoga practice, you may gain some flexibility. You'll definitely gain knowledge of your body, and it will be a lot harder for you to push it too far. The person who's super flexible, who it's super easy for them to just put themselves in those shapes, they don't necessarily have the control or the knowledge of their body to keep themselves safe in those shapes. And that actually takes a lot of work, either great self-awareness or with a coach, to be able to control a very flexible body through complex movements and great ranges of motion. So if you are a tighter, stiffer person, you're actually probably less likely to get injured unless you just push it way too far. The third reason is, technically, the postures of yoga were developed to help yogis sit more comfortably in meditation. So they were not developed as an acrobatic practice, even though it's over time developed into something that can look like that. It truly was developed to help people sit cross-legged, which many people can do. I see many people who cannot do this. Stretching out your hips can help a lot. And it's also meant to help quiet your nervous system, because you can imagine if you're going to sit for hours in meditation, as yogis sometimes do, you need your nervous system and your brain to be calm. So the goal of the practice is not acrobatic gymnastic flexibility. The goal is to be able to sit comfortably and focus. And who doesn't need to do that day to day, most days, for their job? I know I do. So hopefully those three reasons give you a little more insight into why you don't need to be super flexible to do yoga. If you have any questions or you want to chat about this, I love this kind of conversation, so feel free to reach out, comment, send me a DM. I would love to hear from you. Happy yogaing.